You're listening to Career Ready, and I'm Coach K. Getting you ready for your corporate career. Last week, I touched on personal branding, and I explained that your personal brand is how people perceive you, while your personal branding is what and how you communicate your brand or story to the rest of the world. So I wanted to have a really light conversation this week on how social media usage can actually hurt your personal brand and your career aspirations if not used correctly. The average person spends about 3 hours on their phones. So I want you to take this time now just to think about how much time in a day are you spending online or just on your phone. Are you spending that time on WhatsApp or mostly Facebook laughing at memes? Or are you on Twitter roasting people? Or maybe you just prefer the lightness of TikTok. However you spend that time, if you're currently looking for work or stepping into the working environment for the first time, then it's really good to consider how your use of social media is a part of your personal branding and can be used by your current employer or potential employer to make decisions about whether or not to hire you or to keep you on in their organizations. To make this point, I will discuss 3 case studies this week of how social media can be used to either serve you or hinder your career development. The first real scenario that we will case study is the story of Naomi H. We only know her by this name because that was her Twitter handle before she ultimately deleted her account. But this is her story. Back in 2019, Naomi took to Twitter to tell her tribe of people that she had been awarded the prestigious NASA internship. But in her tweet, she used foul language, and I suppose she was just overtaken by excitement. While in this state, however, there was a gentleman by the name of Homer Hickman who responded to her tweet, asking her to simply watch her language. She did not. Nor did she take heed of his cautionary tone and tweet, but instead responded to Hickman by telling him to suck on her imaginary male genitalia. And what she did not know is that he was a sitting board member of the National Council that oversees NASA. She ultimately lost her internship at NASA over 2 tweets. So what were her mistakes in how she used social media in this instance? I wonder if you picked up these 3 mistakes that I'm about to mention now. Number 1, she used foul language on a tweet. Number 2, she tagged the company in the tweet without any regard for the company brand, her own brand, or any adherence to the company policy. Number 3, she did not know who she was talking to, nor did she have any kind of realization or even attempt to know who she was talking to. Some lessons are extremely hard to learn, but it might be good sometimes to learn from others instead of that being your personal experience. So be mindful of what you're posting, where you're posting it, who you're speaking to if you're engaging on that social media platform with them as well. But also be mindful of what that post says about your personal brand, what it says about the brand of the company that you hope to work for, or the company that you actually do work for. And remember that the internet does not forget. That's it from me today. Thank you so much for joining. You can continue the conversation with me on LinkedIn by following my hashtag QMCareerCoaching or on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, as well at Hello Coach K. Or if you prefer, you can send me an email at info@hellocoachk.com. See you next time.